Okay, so thank you so much for joining. It has been wonderful, and thank you so much for being part of this. So you're welcome once again to Wednesday Workshop Café, and what we do at this point is we try as much as possible to show that we are coming. We try as much as possible to make sure that we make this as practical as possible to ensure that every one of us were able to know how to use these tools. For a period now, we'll be focusing on Canva because Canva itself has been very useful. And I keep on saying that as educators, you can use Canva to create anything. It really helps with customizing resources, which means that you're teaching a class, you are able to create resources that can work for your own class because you know that as teachers, no to students or no to children or no to kids, even no to schools are the same. So they may have they may have some characteristics that may be similar, but there's always uniqueness in every child. And this is why Canva is really equipped to help us as teachers to be able to make our life easier, make our life fun, make sure that you're not spending so much time trying to create resources. There were times when, if you want to do a PowerPoint, you want to create a PowerPoint, or you want to create a worksheet, you're spending hours and hours. But with Canva, you're able to do so much more. So today, I won't be wasting so much time. I'm just going to run through some new things that Canva has created. So Canva has created us to really help us to make us understand what these things actually mean. So the very first thing I'm going to be doing is just to run through what Canva is really about. So I know that I've done a video where I was able to talk about the different features on Canva, but today we're going to take a look at the different features that we as educators can really leverage on Canva. So I'm going to be sharing my screen now. As you join, kindly let me know you're joining us from. Thank you, Ila from Togo. Thank you so much for always being part of this and always looking forward to making this as eventful as possible. So I'm going to be sharing my tab and I'm going to look at the Canva template. So the very first thing that you need to know is that you just need to go straight to Canva, canva.com, and you can get started. As an educator, it's so much easy because Canva has a Canva for Education package where you are able to create educational resources, and most of the times you have access to templates that are strictly educational resources, just making your work as easy as possible. You're seeing different worksheets, different presentations, different materials, different resources that have been created by Canva, and you're also using these resources you're fully using this template to create your own resource. So I'm going to be taking us through the Canva interface. I know I've done this before, but I'm going to take my time to do this so that you're going to understand the progression to what we have as the Canva 2.0, which was launched some days ago during the Canva Create conference. Now, the Canva 2.0, it's a step up from the Canva 1.0. Remember, the last class we are trying to create different different images using Canva 1.0. And also, what came with the Canva 1.0 is the Canva code, the Canva AI that you can use to generate codes, generate games, create different interactive resource for your classroom. So the Canva 2.0 is like a step up. It's better, it's bigger than the Canva 1.0, which is something that I know that every one of us should really look forward to. They've rolled out the first launch, where they called about 1 million users to get on board to test it out for 7 days. And right now it's not open anymore. So I tried it recently and I could not. But they are showing us that it's still in the rollout phase. They're still going to roll it out again, and every educator is going to be part of it. Okay, so quickly we are going to move on to learn. Let's look at this interface. Let's see what we are doing. Let's see what we've come here to do in my Nigerian language. So kindly, if you're in the community, kindly also reach out to your colleagues, reach out to your friends, let them know that we've started and we are really having fun. Okay, so a quick one. Confirm quickly in the chat box if you can see what I'm doing and if you understand so far where we are at this point. So kindly put the chat. The chat is open. Kindly type in the chat box if you are following to now. So once you get to canva.com, the where I'm exploring now is what we call templates. And this is Canva for Education. This is just the way it looks. You can see that you have education presentation. Okay, so let's look at what the education presentation is about. At this point, you're seeing different slides ranging from the morning routine to fun facts to class agendas to literary terms to also subject-specific content. So a lot of educators who are also Canva creators create this presentations to suit different range of subjects from English to math, science, and etc. So these are things that you can really try out. Another thing that you may want to look at is the worksheets. So we have Canva worksheets. So once you click on worksheets, you're seeing different worksheets that you can customize. As educators, you don't need to start from the scratch. That is one good thing about Canva. You don't need to start from the scratch. So kindly confirm if you can see my screen. Hello, Hilaire, can you see my screen? Can you see what I'm sharing? Sally, can you see what I'm sharing? Can you see my screen? Okay, good. Thank you so much. Okay, so quickly, once you can see different worksheets that you can work with. There's even a sample CV. So as an educator, you're trying to apply for a job. This is
Yes,
something
please.
that, yeah, thank you. Thank you. So this is something that you can actually use. Okay. Another thing that you may want to really explore is a doc. Now, Canva Doc has really improved with the Canva 1.0, as I was saying before. Canva launched to 2.0 recently, 6 days ago, during the Canva Create. However, the first one is Canva Doc. You can also make different kind of edits, different kind of changes to the templates that are here, and you can use this with your class. For instance, you're trying to teach something on critical thinking skills, entrepreneurship skills. You don't need to worry about how they're going to create maybe the project plan, how they're going to pitch their idea, how they're going to create their presentation. You can bring them on board, you can add them on Canva for education. And once they are on your team for Canva for education, they have access to all these things. So they can do these things themselves. You can also group them and give them different, you can tell everyone to bring in their ideas, try to edit a design, try to change something. So these are things that you can do on Canva for education. This is why I'm going to encourage everyone who is an educator to sign up for the Canva for education. It's not really a very, it's not a strict process. First of all, you need to be a teacher. You need to have the document that proves or that confirms that you're a teacher. Okay, so we've gone through the doc. Another thing that we may want to go through is the education whiteboard. I love the whiteboard, is where you can brainstorm ideas. You can add the sticky notes. You can create anything. Um, so for me, the whiteboard also is something that a lot of people keep on asking, how are you going to use Canva for? Can you use technology with kids? So this is something that you can really try out, because if you look at the whiteboard, for instance, let's quickly share this tab instead. Now this is how the whiteboard looks like. So if I close this, you can see there you have the select tool, you have the draw tool, you have the shapes, you have the lines, you have the sticky notes, you have text, you also have the grid. Okay, now just imagine that you can use this with your learners, or even with your child at home. The child is always on high tab, or is always on the pad, or you want to dedicate some screen time and you want it to be as profitable as possible. You can use the Canva whiteboard to walk around this. You can say, okay, they should write the different letters, write apple, draw an apple, draw a ball, draw a car. So these are things that you can use with the um, with the younger learners. You can explore this on Canva, and this really helps them because, one, they are um they are scribbling, they are having fun at the same time. So it's not just you trying to it's not just you trying to think, oh, Canva just has only templates. Canva can be used with younger learners. You can use the Canva whiteboard. You can explore that with the younger learners. Quickly, I'm going to be going to the next one. We have Canva Sheets, and this time around, there's an update on Canva Sheets. Yes, on the sheets. We now have AI sheets for the Canva 2.0. So this is Canva. I'm still on Canva 1.0. Okay. Canva is still rolling out the 2.0 phase, and um, I'm just trying to introduce us to understand the importance or the beautiful benefits that come to Canva 2.0, so that once you get the opportunity to sign up to be part of it, you're going to use it well. Okay, so we have the Canva sheets. You can create even invoices here on Canva. You don't need to do a lot of stress. Next is flashcards. Flashcards are not for kids. A lot of people feel, oh, flashcards are for children. Interestingly, even the other learners, the older or the adults now use flashcards. So you can see that you can create flashcards here on Canva. So the reason why I'm going through all those features is just to really expose us as educators to know the different features that we have on Canva, and things that we are not using, because a lot of people just feel Canva is for presentations, or Canva is just for designing flyers. These are different things that Canva for Education exposes you to. And this is why I always encourage people to get the Canva for Education, because Canva for Education is customized for teachers. So you can see that all those things and all these things that you're seeing are things that teachers use every day in their classrooms. And that is why the Canva for Education has been created, just to meet the needs of everyday teachers. So if you're using the normal Canva, you're going to see flyers, you're going to see content, you're going to see Instagram and all that, which is very good, because because even as a teacher, I always encourage you to also have your social media brand. You should do something for yourself. But now Canva for Education helps to create so much more for your students, for the classroom. It helps you to make that impact that you need to make in the classroom, because you're able to customize your resources, you're able to create resources that meet the needs of your learners. So the reason why we're going through all this is just for you to see the different features, everything that you can do on Canva, the wealth of resources that Canva has just for educators. So we've already explored the flashcards. Another thing that you may want to look at resume as educators. You want to present your CV. This is something that you want to try. So when you come to resume, you can see different kind of resumes depending on the country you're from. Some countries accept pictures. Some people don't. So, but these are different formats that you can use. And always remember that even a lot of companies don't want you to have your CV running to like 10 pages or 5 pages. 2 pages, they are done. They just want to just see what you've achieved over time. Then you can also create like a photo collage. How can this come in? You're trying to teach history. You want different pictures of different eras. This is something that you can use to create that collage to be able to help introduce your learners to different eras, different pictures, science, so much more. So these are things that you can try out on your Canva for education. So after the photo collage, another feature that you may want to look at is the business card. How many of you have a business card? Yeah, even me too. I don't. Okay, so business card seems kind of old. Sincerely, a lot of people don't think it's important. But recently, I found out that some people just don't hand the physical business card. You can. There is something we are going to learn also during during Canva series. You can actually create a design and create a QR code for it. So one thing that you can try that is very good, a lot of people don't want the paper and all that. So you can create a QR code for your design, which means that once you show someone the QR code, they can scan it on their phone and they are able to see your business card. So this is an idea that you can use Canva to execute as a teacher, and it really makes you stand out because when everybody's trying to create their look for the business card to the business cards nowadays, people just take it and they just dump it somewhere. So that's the reason why people always reach out and do more of the they do more of the WhatsApp. But just imagine you don't have so much time. You maybe you went for a conference, you went for an event, and everybody's flocking around the speaker, and you just want to just make sure that you get your information and you need to get that person's information. So one thing that you can do is just have your QR code ready and say, oh no, you can just scan this. And the person scans it automatically, the person already has that design on the phone. You can say, okay, maybe screenshot it to save it, or you can save it and things like that. So these are things that you can do with Canva. So Canva helps you to design your business card, and you can use it digitally through QR codes, which you can also generate on Canva. Okay, another thing that you may want to explore as an educator is that Canva helps you with your lesson plan. Yeah, it just makes it more beautiful. I know that every country has their format for lesson planning, but just imagine you have an interview and you just need the basics. So whenever you have an interview, you may just really need the basics. They're just looking out for what the student activities are and looking out for what the teacher is going to do. So these are things that you can use to add um, color, add more value to what you're giving. Another thing also is a lot of us, we're trying to go into online teaching. We also teach private. We're also going to private tutorship. These are things that you can use because when you're trying to bargain with a parent, you're trying to let them know that you're the best thing, you're the best teacher for their students. You need to package it well. They may not understand the lesson plan that you're using in your school. They may not understand those pedagogy, those plenty story, but you can use your Canva to design the lesson plan. And trust me, because it's colorful, because it's beautiful, they see everything at once and they understand that okay, this person is not just coming to teach my child. This person has so much value. These are so I use Canva a lot because there was a time I had a French club in school and I was meant to design the curriculum for the preschoolers. I had to use Canva to design that curriculum. It was just like 6 pages, but it was so nice. Even there was a time I also wanted to work with an organization for STEM during summer. I had to use Canva to design the curriculum for the STEM summer program. And it was very beautiful. And that was one thing that gave me that edge that's made me stand out among everybody else that applied for that summer program. So it was not because I was the most intelligent or because I was so perfect. It's just the packaging, and Canva helps you to achieve that without stress. You just need the words, and you already have your designs that you can work around. And the Canva 2.0 is so much better. You don't even need the words. You can just from Canva, you can just put the words, and AI helps to generate everything from start to finish. Okay, another thing you can want to look at is classroom posters. So we have different kind of posters. You things like autism, different kind of you want to talk about awareness. You're trying to encourage your students in the classroom. You can use all these designs. I know that these designs are really contemporary designs because there's a way a classroom poster sometimes, and it can be very boring. I don't know. But especially whenever you're working with teenagers, they are used to seeing, they don't even notice that there's a classroom poster in your class. They don't even know that is even useful and all that. But there's a way you're going to create it that is kind of appealing to what they are used to. The aesthetics they know, the kind of fonts that they are used to. A lot of them are always watching TikTok, they're always on Twitter, they're always on Instagram. So they see these fonts, and when they see these fonts also in their classroom, it sticks because this is what they see every time. So you're not doing boring things like Times New Roman and something that looking like a block all the time. So just imagine something like this. Yeah, something like you are enough. Trust me, this kind of design is beautiful. And if you have this kind of design, use a different color and use a different color background, use something to pop it out. For instance, it's going to really stand out. And this is something that a lot of young people are familiar with. So these are things that you may want to really explore on Canva. So Canva for education as posters. So Canva for education also gives you the opportunity to create videos, okay, videos that you can use on YouTube, videos that you can use in your classroom, videos that you can use anywhere. So a lot of my videos were created on Canva for education, using this Canva for education. So there's a video I keep on playing. It's called the Level Ups video. I'm going to play it once I'm done with this. So that was done on Canva from start to finish. And another thing you can just do is just use the presentation format, create your design, add your audio, then convert it automatically to MP4. So you can see um, different kind of videos that you can use in your classroom. So these are things that you can just make changes, modify, and let it suit what you want to teach. Also, mobile videos, because we know that it's also have video hooks, sound effects, video text effect. So these are things that you can see that the templates are the templates that they see on their TikTok, they see on their Instagram. So you don't even need to start from the scratch. So just imagine something like outfit of the day, and you're trying to teach maybe dressing in the clothing in English. So for those that are doing French to English, you have English learners and you want to make them understand different outfits for the day. You can just use this kind of idea. So all you just need to do is make this edit and ask them, okay, what is he wearing? What color of shirt is he wearing? This is something that looks kind familiar. They are very familiar with this kind of videos. So instead of doing the boring videos all the time, Canva helps you to step up your game. And you can do video hooks. So if you click on this, you can see different video hooks, different kind of videos that you can use in your classroom. This is just trying to make you understand that your classes do not have to be boring. They don't have to be just the regular. You can always bring in something different. You can, for instance, you can even use this for motivation of the day. You can use to encourage your students in the classroom. There's so much you can do with just the videos here on Canva. So apart from video hooks, we can take a look at the video sound effects. So you can see there are different sound effects that you can use. You can also give your students the you can tell them to go and create something using Canva, and they have access to all these templates. They don't need to start looking for templates for their design. So these are all the benefits that you have if you're using the Canva for education. And like I said, it's something that you can do. You just need to have all the confirmation letters of employment, your certificate that shows that you are a teacher. Okay, another thing that Canva helps is websites. And I'm so happy to let us know that we are going to be having our websites training, how to create your website in May. So once that comes out, I want all of you to ensure that you sign up for that class, because I also have a website that I created also on Canva. So you don't need to be very technical for you to be able to create a website to Canva. And another good thing also is that once you've created a website to Canva, you can also transition it or transfer it to the technical parts, where you can now link it or create a domain name around it and so much more. So I remember that it was easier for me to create a website um, because I already had the sample format that I had created on Canvas. I just had to just be a developer, and it helped me to say, okay, this is easy. You already have the sample. I'll just transition it to the next phase. So that was so much easier. And they did not charge me plenty money. It's so different from starting from the scratch, which is something that a lot of people don't really have an idea of. But this is something that you can do. It's beautiful. It comes out very nice. I can also show you a sample of my website. So let me just quickly do that so that we have an idea of what we're doing. So let me just show you a sample of how my own website looks like so that you understand that it's something that is doable. It's something that anybody can do. You can do it. If I can, surely, definitely, you can. Okay, so if you have any questions, I also want you to be doing that. Get your questions ready as we move on so I can also answer that as much as possible. We will try to do this within,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hello.
yeah, okay.
Thank you. But before anything, I think Sally is raising a point on this thing, the chat box. If Canva for education is different from the normal Canva.
Yeah, so it is.
Yeah.
It is different from the normal Canva. It's quite different from normal Canva. As you can see, that the Canva for education is customized for teachers. You can see the worksheets, the education present. You see, so when you see the normal Canva, you're seeing presentation. However, when you see the Canva for education, you're seeing the presentation, education presentation. That's where you can see worksheets, you can see different things that they know that educators always use in their classrooms. So I want to just quickly show us a sample website that I created. So I'm going to share the slide. This is an idea of the website I created. I did everything here on Canva from start to finish. And this is the website. If you go on my LinkedIn page, this is the website I use on my LinkedIn page. So you can see that you don't need to have a word, you don't need to have the technical knowledge of website creation. You don't need to be a website developer before you can create a fancy, beautiful website that you can use to upskill, to level up yourself professionally. So sites or platforms like LinkedIn, even your CV, you can put your website as your portfolio. So teachers don't understand that these things really speak so much for them, and it really paves a lot of way and help them to stand out anywhere they find themselves. This is why it's something that I'm going to encourage educators, if you're on this platform, to do, because you don't need to have so much things like I have, because this is just me showing different people, different things I've done, and different companies or people I have worked with over time. So it just works that way. So apart from this, I also said I was going to share the video. So I would do that just to show us that you can generate or you can create videos on Canva from, you don't need to, like I said, you don't need to be very technical. You don't need to be a video editor for you to create your videos on Canva. So I'm going to be showing you the video I created on Canva. I'm sure that we've seen it once. Um, so let's let's do a preview of this. So just like we know, this is, you can see. So the reason why I'm taking you through this process is just to see that this was on Canva, and this is just an audio, a video, or yes, an audio of the level up song that I just attached to it. But you can see that everything was designed, the pictures, everything was from Canva. So let's just present and let's.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all the time. Them more mistakes are gone, I won't do them no more. That's old news, that's new news, I done did that before. I turn nothing to something, my comeback on 100. Okay, more action, you just gon' see coming. I just keep elevating, no losses.
Okay, so now we can see that this was generated, it was created here on Canva, okay? And it's something that you can also do. So you can create your website on Canva, you can create your videos on Canva. You don't need to start from the scratch. So this is education website. An idea is you can create a class website on Canva. Okay, so we have flyers. So just like what Sally was asking, if the Canva for education is different from Canva, yes, it is. So you can see that if it is normal Canva, you're going to see flyer, but here you can see education flyer. So just because it is customized for educators and for educational professionals. Okay, so we can see this. It helps you create maybe a flyer, you're trying to advertise your role as a tutor or as an online teacher. These are flyers that you can use, save yourself time, trying to start from scratch. We have the
Mm,
virtual,
thank
we have
you. Excuse
invitation.
me. If I can come in there, can I?
Okay,
Can I
so
come in?
can I just finish my presentation? Then you
All
ask your
right. Good.
question
Good.
after, because we don't have so much time. Okay. So we have we have brochures that you can, so you can use these ideas to create either a brochure for your company, for your class, for anything that you want to do. So these are things that you can do. You can also have invitation. Invitation can be for birthdays. I always do this activity with a lot of young people whenever I'm having classes with them. I tell them, okay, design a birthday flyer or a birthday invitation card. And you see them doing things like this. Maybe there's a prom in school, or you are doing a class party. These are things that you can use to create the invitation for your students or for your learners. Another one is certificates. Yeah, so you this I a colleague of mine, the first time I saw her use this was during the class party at the end of the school year. She gave everybody certificates for being our students for being a student in our class, and they really liked it. They were just so happy that their teacher gave them a certificate that was saying, okay, congratulations, you finished primary three, now you're going to primary four, this kind of things. And it really made a lot of sense to the students. And it was, if a parent said that how his own child framed it and kept it in his room, that was like the first award he was getting. So he felt like, oh, this is an award. So you can see that this little thing like this goes a long way in helping building the relationship between teacher and student. Finally, okay, so we have the class schedule. You can do this, especially if you are working with special needs. They like routine structure. So this also helps you to be able to create a functional timetable that can work for your learners. Finally, we have the education logo. So the difference is with the normal Canva, you just see logo, flyer, presentation. But with the education, you see education this, education that, which is what makes it distinct, different from the normal Canva. Okay, so we've done that and we just have little time left. I have to take time to go through the features that we already have before. Like I said, when you come to more, we have what we call Canva AI. Now, Canva now has what you call the Canva 2.0. Currently, I'm still on Canva 1.0. Unfortunately, I came very late because they just activated Canva 2.0 for a lot of Canva creators, about 1 million users. So the target was to get 1 million users to start testing out the Canva AI 2.0, because the Canva AI 2.0, it gives them access to that Canva AI 2.0 for 7 days, and after 7 days they go back to their normal Canva. That is especially if you're not on the pro version. However, with the Canva AI 1.0, there are lots that you can do. You can create student activities, you can create design. You just have to type it and it brings, just like the way you do on ChatGPT, Claude, and all that. You can create images, you can create documents, you can create the code. The code is like my very, very best, like my favorite one, because I've created a lot of games using the Canva code. I think I'm going to share quickly the games that I've created here on Canvas. Let me quickly look for one quickly so that we can. So let me try. Let me see if I can remember. So we have Canva game. Oh, so okay. So I remember this one that I created some months ago. I was trying to teach my coming. So once you create the Canva game, what it does for you is that it's converted to like a code that's like a website. So you just go straight to the website and you're able to use the website. So just give me some minutes. I need to quickly sort out something so I can show you how this works. Okay, so while I wait for that to work, so you can just view the website, let's see. So what you just need to do is to type and it just helps you to go. So for instance, this is something I was testing out, I was trying out. So I just wanted to use flashcards to show different francophone countries to my students. So we had to do this. Once we flash the card, they go next. You flip it, have Cote d'Ivoire, go to the one. You have Chad, go here. You have this, you have Gabon, Burkina Faso. So these are things that was created with the Canva AI code. So on the Canva AI code, all you just need to do is just to tell it what you want to create. So you have different samples, grocery lists, you have certificates, you have biology quiz. So just put in what you want to create and automatically it creates that for you. So that is under the Canva code. Another thing that you may want to try is the under the apps, we have the print shop. So print shop is when you can where you can browse and you can order for different items. Then we have apps, and right now with Canva 2.0, you can now connect apps to Google Drive. So that means you can from Canva, you can actually connect your apps to Google Drive, to OneDrive automatically. It's something that works very good. I've used it with Claude AI. So seeing it here on Canva is also a very good development because with Claude AI, I was able to arrange my Notion. So from Claude AI, I was able to connect my Notion app and arrange my information on on Notion. So I did not go to Notion to start arranging it manually. So it just really helps. So there are different apps that are on Canva. Canva for education, like you said, this is Canva for education I'm using. So we have the LinkedIn. You can create your post directly. We have Mailchimp. We have the depth. We have so many apps, so many apps. You can see I've not really even explored all the tools that we have. I explored tools, but I've not explored everything because there are actually so many. And these tools you can use them in your classroom. We have the one for AI generation, we have the one for audio and voiceover. So you can see we have the one for audio and voiceover. We have the one for communities, communication. So you can see that we just have a lot that you can so there's just so much that you can do. And if you're an educator, you also have access to most of these tools. Most of them you have to pay for you to get access to the individual website, but you can link from Canva to your LinkedIn, you can link from Canva to your Instagram, you can link from Canva to your Facebook, and so much, and so on and so forth. So it just really helps you to organize yourself, starting from the scratch. Another tool that you may want to look at is you can also help with your marketing. You also have the content planner, which helps you if you're a content creator or social media person. You can plan everything from here, what you want to do, how you want to do it. It really goes a very long way. We also have design school where you can learn different ways, and I'm going to encourage you to take this course, Teacher Essential, which gives you an idea of um, different features and how you can use Canva as a teacher. Also, you can try this, engage students with Canva, and most of these courses you get a certificate that you can also put on your LinkedIn, your Facebook, to show that I'm not just using the Canva tool, I'm also doing the PDs. I also have points. I'm also being very intentional about my growth. Okay, so these are things that you can do on Canva for education. We have the Dream Lab, which is a new one. And with the Dream Lab, you can create the different pictures. This was created a long time ago, I must say. Right now, Canva has really improved on their designs. Really improved, I must say. They've really improved on their designs. It was like 5 months ago I did this. So these are so much things. I just have to take every one of us through the Canva for education feature because a lot of people have been asking me what exactly is Canva for education, how is it different, what am I gaining, and different things like that. So these are things that you gain from being a Canva for education user. Okay, now before I round off, this is what we have. We have the Canva for Canva 2.0, and these are the new features that Canva actually has. So you can also go to your Canva and just click on the sneak peek that you're going to see have access to this. So first of all, Canva has taken time to now do so much more when it comes to the Canva AI 2.0. The very first thing is you can customize your designs. So you just need to write the code and it generates everything for you from the beginning to the end. Secondly, you can also now link the designs to different tools. So many other tools like your OneDrive, your Google Drive. You don't have to start from the scratch again. So it just goes a long way to really help make sure that you are not starting from the scratch again. So you can see what you can do with the Canva 1.0. So now imagine what you can now do with the Canva 2.0. So Canva 2.0 helps you to be able to create interactive tools, create different simulations, and so much more. It also helps you as an educator, you're able to now connect your tools from Canva. You can now connect Google Drive, you can now connect Slack, you can connect Zoom, you can connect Gmail. So these are things that I should look out for. So the reason why I'm going through this is because um, they are really rolling out the feature. First of all, they've rolled it out to the first 1 million users. And to show you that people that are using Canva, we are plenty. Okay, so they have rolled out the first 1 million users and they're still going to be rolling it out from time to time. So just to really encourage you, if you've not gotten the Canva for Education, please try to sign up for it. If you haven't, just try to sign up for it. Especially if your school has a website, it just makes the work so much easier because sometimes they even work with schools to automatically bring schools into the system. So these are things that you may really want to try as a Canva for Education user. Thirdly, there's also going to be an interesting part where the memory of Canva, where you know the when you're chatting with ChatGPT, sometimes if you if you refer to a prompt that you've used before, it's going to remember it. So that is also the same thing that's going to happen on Canva, whereby you can also refer to different um things or different prompts you've used before to create that consistency in your teaching materials and so much more. And there's also going to be like an offline mode. It's long awaited. People have been complaining, and this is where I feel that a lot of Africans are like, yes, they should be happy at this point because you can't use Canva without the internet. So right now, Canva is releasing 2.0 that you can use without the internet. That means you don't need to have strong internet connection for you to be able to use Canva at this point, the Canva 2.0. So if you've not gotten Canva for Education, please go and get it so that you can also have access to the 2.0 once it comes out. Then there's Canva Print Shop. So at this point, you can create, you can get your designs and you can print directly. Currently, it's also a lot of Nigerians do that. A lot of people in Africa do it. It's a popular one abroad, but some people don't know that you can actually print with Canva. It's more, yeah, what can I say? It's possible and it's more regulated in in um, in foreign countries like Europe, in continent like Europe and America and so much. In Africa, we still have a lot of things, but still it's possible. So Canva Print Shop is coming, and I really hope a lot of printing press take seizes the opportunity to actually partner with Canva to ensure that this thing is effective in our the various countries. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing at this point and going to open the floor for questions or any other comments that you have. Yeah, Hilaire, you had a question.
Yeah, great. Thanks indeed for this professional development exchange. Um, yeah, when I think this is the third Wednesday back when you gave us this insight about Canva for Education, and you shared the link for registration, whereby I tried, but I was denied the access. Now, if you may share the link back again for Canva for Education, I'll be really grateful to try
Okay.
it a second time. But the issue there, I don't know why they refused.
Yeah, so I
I
think I had
I
a
gave I
so
gave
I'm
them
still I'm still going to
mhm.
see what I can I'm still going to try. But you know that sometimes the issue is there are lots of variation of certification when it comes to the African countries. It's not a straightforward thing. So I guess that is why sometimes they are always trying to be very careful. And the fact that some Africans have used it just for their own personal gain, which means that some people are not educators, but they sign up as educators. When during 2000, when it was during the COVID-19, it was very easy. It was an easy process because a lot of teachers were looking for tools that they could use in their classroom to really make their classrooms make their learning the make the whole process easier. So it's registration was very easy, but after the COVID, there were a lot of restrictions because of some things, and I guess because of so there's a lot of variation of varieties, a lot of differences when it comes to the s- verification process. So one thing I'm going to ask or what you can do is you can actually see if you have a letter of employment, use that. If you have a letter of employment that shows that you are employed to a school, use that. Then also use your ID card. So if you have an ID card, also use that. And once you've sent it, you can also once you've been rejected, you can still send an email to say that you are actually a verified teacher. I still resend your documents again because I want I had a friend that had the same issue, and when the person resent the document and also sent an email that I'm actually verified and resent the letter of employment, ID card, and a certification that shows that the person is a teacher, they activated it. So it's because of that variation, because I know I've had that conversation with one of the community members that worked with Canva, and they mentioned that it's the variation. It's just the variation. It's not something that they are used to, so they can't certify if you don't have convincing documents that show that you're a teacher. And one big convincing one is a letter of employment and an ID card. So if you have that, I think that is really going to. So I just try it again, and if you still have that issue, let's see how it goes from there.
Oh,
Then also, if you have school, if you, it's also easy to bring in the old school. So if your school has a website, if your school has a website that
mhm.
can be linked, so it's easier that way. They just give the access to the school. And once they give access to the school, every teacher that has that website with the domain name of the school automatically gets access to the Canva for education. Once you have a website and you have once your school has a website and you have an email that is linked to the domain name of the school, it's the fastest process because it just shows that that is the school and they automatically give you access.
Okay, I get you. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll be trying very shortly. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and
Mhm.
if you know schools that are trying to maybe sign up and they just need, you can just reach out to me. I think I can reach out to the person that can. It's an easy process just for you to have like an SSO, and it's just easy. But in case they still have issues, there are always people that you can reach out to in Canva community that are willing to
Mhm.
help with that process
Oh, okay.
as much as possible.
Great.
Okay. Any other question, anybody?
Uh,
Hussein was raising up his hand.
but please don't forget me about the link because that day I just clicked it to enter the website of the edition. Then I will be in need of the link again.
The link to the Canva for education.
Actually,
Okay, so let me just try. Let me see if I can bring it up. Canva for education. Okay, so while I'm looking for the link for Canva for education, I think somebody raised up. Husseini, you had a question.
Yeah,
It
hello
seems,
everyone.
yeah.
I'm doing well. So my question is about the proof of employment. Where can we get that proof? And also, you have talked about an ID card. What if your profession is not mentioned on your ID card?
Your school will be mentioned.
Your
Your school should be mentioned, right? Your school should be on the ID card.
okay.
Yeah.
So for the letter of employment, how to get it?
I don't know. So a lot of organizations give a lot of schools when they want to employ you, they give you a letter of employment.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to tell you what I did, what I used, what I was able to
Mm-hmm.
use to activate mine. So if you once you once you if you go on the site now, they'll tell you get verified. And once you click on get verified, it's going to ask you to submit those documents because that is just the only way they can verify that you are a
Yeah,
teacher.
I've already tried that. I see they even don't accept maybe a teaching certificate. I was hoping that maybe that would work, but they didn't accept that. So I don't know.
Okay. Okay. So I think what is going to happen is can I just get back to you on that? But
Okay.
if you have if you have an ID card that has your school name, try using that. That should work.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have an ID card. But letter of employment, they give people letter of. So I'm using my country as an example. Once you are employed, they give you a
Mm.
letter of employment that to certify or to confirm that you've been employed to the school. Especially for private schools, it's a normal thing. They give you a letter of employment, and
Okay.
yeah, it's like a normal thing. They you just actually give you a letter of employment. Then even some schools, when you're leaving the school, you have to hand back your ID card because they know that you can use ID card for this kind of things to show that you are still in the school. So
Okay.
those are variations from different schools.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay. Is there any other question? I've put the link for the Canva for Education, so you can go and try that. And I'm also going to encourage that you should try as much as possible to sign up and also to use Canva for most of your resources. Like I said, Canva helps you to do so much as a teacher. It saves your time, it helps you to create resources, it helps you to ensure that you're meeting the needs of your students, which is also very important. So thank you so much everyone for joining. I wish you a wonderful evening. If you are if you're in the country where it's afternoon, I wish you a beautiful day. So have fun, enjoy yourself, and see you next week Wednesday when we explore another tool. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.